Good evening, traders. Today is Tuesday, November 15th. Markets are now closed. What a day. Backtest Tuesday is what it really was. Okay. Um, shouldn't be surprised. I mean, we've gone on a crazy, crazy run for the last couple of days, right? And so essentially all day was a backtest. Okay. And in this morning's stock market outlook, I outlined that, and we'll get into the actual recording of throughout the events throughout the day. Also a little bit later, but I did call for the don't just don't blindly go long. We opened up like Dow was plus 400 up, and like okay, yeah, don't go long. And so we ended up the day Dow up 56, right? So it's a big backtest day. Basically, what you have on your screen there, the splash screen, is the weekly simple moving average for Nasdaq futures a couple days ago, and this morning on the stock market outlook, I had called for that was the target. That was the target, and that's exactly where we ended up shooting for. We ended up actually in pre-market futures overshooting, right? We overshot that 12,032 target, but then we backtested down and down and down under it and under it and under it. Okay, this is the first backtest. I think there will be a second attempt as early as tomorrow. I think the markets are going to attempt again for that 12,032. Today was just a consolidation day after the initial rejection, as you see there on the red arrow. We got rejected. And I'm going to show you, why don't I show you that right now? Okay, so here's the 1 week chart of NASDAQ futures. See that? 12,032 SMA line perfectly. It's perfect. That's where we were headed to. Let me zoom in a little bit and go to the 1 day. Okay, so you see that we actually in pre-market futures overshot it, but during the regular trading we went down and down and down and down and down. Okay, so this represents this big wick is the selling pressure that we got. So there's going to be another attempt. I don't think it's just going to, oh, I guess we didn't get it. Let's just go down now. No, I don't think so. I think there's going to be a second attempt. The reason why I say that is because the MACD is still strong right here. See that? MACD is over the zero line and the red MACD line. This is the daily chart. It is still over the zero line and it is separated from the signal line. And look at the RSI. RSI strong, right? Here's the RSI. It's 80. Yeah, the 80 line, the green line. It's still way up there, guys. So it's still way up there. RSI is still strong. When you zoom into the 4-hour chart, gives you a little bit more granularity. See, check it out. This was pre-market futures. Boom, overshot it, but came down and down and down. Basically, overshot it, got rejected, failed the back test of this line, and we ended up here. That's essentially what happened. We basically just like back tested all day and just lost steam all day. But that's more consolidation than anything. The reason why, because look at this big old wick right there. See that? Something is still pushing it up. Okay, this is the 4-hour. Here's the SMA 20, here's the EMA 50. Something is still pushing it up. It's not going down. Okay, so here's the 4-hour MACD. You know, you know, it's a slight decline angle. It's not like bam drop off. Look at the RSI. The RSI is still up there. There was some drop off today because I think it's consolidation. And as you guys probably can guess, RSI does need to kind of come back down and reset. Hopefully it stops around this mid-range and doesn't get into the red range down here. If it does, ooh, that's kind of problematic because you start to get in the red range and then you start getting into this. That's not good. You want to kind of stay in this mid-range like this, here, here, and here. Stay in this mid-range. Just stay away from this red line down there. Okay? So, you know, boy, this MACD is still strong on the 4-hour. Look at that. Still way, way, way above zero. Slight incline down. But that could just be consolidation. and maybe a next move up. Okay, so this is the consolidation all day. Okay, so the 1 hour. Yeah, here's all day, all day, all day, and then it lost containment and then it fell. But look at these wicks: strong wick, strong wick, strong wick, strong wick. You know, I think at extended hours, futures tonight probably going to look slightly down. It is probably going to come down to a certain point, like make a higher high. Here's the, here's the low. It's going to come down to a point, make a higher high, and then it's going to start going back up because maybe as early as tomorrow. Like I said, I think we're going to make it a second attempt tomorrow. We're going to get back there, try it again, and maybe the second attempt works. Depends. Depends on what the market makers have in store for us. Or they might try it again, fail, but the pullback this time is not as steep. It's a shallower pullback. This is a pretty good sized pullback, by the way. Actually, we retraced all of the futures. We had a big gap. Yeah, we gapped up this morning, and we retraced it all back. So let's see. We might make two attempts. It might make an attempt during earlier part in the morning, and then back test, making it still a higher low, right? So attempt number two, this is attempt number one. Attempt number two, back test, still making it a higher low compared to this one, right? But then attempt number three might work towards the end of the day. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I think we're going to try it again because the MACD, and the RSI over the bigger time frames are still strong. Okay, that's what I think we're going to do. So let's kind of quickly get into daily events. In summary, just high level first. This is the VIX. I stopped looking at the 1 minute chart on QQQ. It just was of no value to me because I ultimately use the 5 minute chart anyways to make decisions. Okay, but just drawing some lines in to help with visualization. This came from the 65-minute EMA, 65-minute time frame EMA 50 line on the VIX. And that's what it was honoring all day. See that? Bouncing, bouncing, ping-ponging, ping-ponging, until it just, boom, it broke through it, right? So this is the 5 minute chart for VIX that you're looking at. Okay, so, not surprised to some extent that the VIX was active because we are in pullback, backtest mode, right? You got to give some of it back. Actually, we gave a lot of it back when when the VIX surged like this, and that forced us to retrace all the way down to fill the gap that we left this morning. Okay, but I'll say about VIX, just be careful. VIX is still hanging around its the 5 minute EMA 50 line, and extended hours, it did get above it. So VIX is still here. It's not going anywhere. Okay. Yeah, I think for the first part of tonight's futures, we're still going to probably go down somewhat. I think that the back testing, the consolidation stage may not be completely done yet. That's what I think. Okay. So here's the 30. I'm sorry. This is the 5 minute TQQQ chart. This is the 30-minute EMA 50 line right there. Drill an arrow. That's where I got that line from because I started to when it collapsed. I was like, where are you going back to? It ended up being the 30-minute EMA 50. Okay. So now I'm gonna play the recording of throughout the day because and you'll hear me say at this point right here, talking about this candle right here, you'll hear me say, ooh, that's a red flag. Because that candle straddled the EMA 50 line on the 5 minute chart, right? And the criteria that I use. If it straddles it, that's a red flag. That's a bad sign. Come to find out 2 hours later, oop, it did collapse. It never went on a run, right? So you'll see more red flags here, right? Here, and then collapse. See that? So um, just want to point those arrows out as red flags that were already showing up during the day. During the day, if you could pick them out. So these arrows here, just wanted to just make note that look at this is the 30-minute chart here. TQQQ. Look at the big wicks. Buying pressure. Buying, 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 buying. This is even after the collapse. Somebody's buying it up. Somebody's buying it up. Somebody's buying it up. Somebody's buying it up. Somebody's buying it up, so that it keeps passing the back test. So that's why I think we're not done yet. Yet. Yeah. Let's get past the weekly SMA 20 line, hopefully tomorrow, right? Let's get past that line first, and then we can talk about the weekly EMA 50 red line, which is way higher. That's probably another like 6 or some odd percent away, 6% away. So, um, one final, well, okay, so this is just the MACD, headed down. This is on the 30-minute chart. Yeah, 30 minutes. MACD was kind of heading out down throughout the day. Still currently above zero. But when you look at the MACD on the hourly, look at that. That's gapped above zero. It's flattening out. Okay, so um, yeah, flattening out. So what's the next step after you flatten out? You're gonna go start going back up. See what I mean? So there's still a lot of gas in the tank. There's enough gas in the tank, especially earlier when you saw the 4-hour MACD. Holy smokes, it's still way above zero. Okay, so one final comment. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Okay, whether you want to call it cheating or whatever, I call it cheating. What the futures market did. Okay, this was futures this morning. Okay, yeah, 8:30 in the morning. So all night, yeah, all 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, yeah. All morning it was going up and up and up and up and up and up. Basically, the futures market, this big, huge green candle right here, which took us right to this gray, the weekly simple moving average. Okay, 12,032 line level. Now, I say the futures cheated because they took it out of the market's hands and didn't require that the markets fight for this real estate right here. They just took care of it in the futures market, right? They said, "Oh, we'll just go ahead and gap all the way up like this, way over the line that I said was the target, right?" That's their way of cheating, in my opinion. You just took it out of the market's hands, gapped all the way up, and then just kind of let us fall back down, fall back down. See, look at this. This is a lot of buying, a lot of buying, a lot of buying, a lot of buying, right? So, even after the collapse, which to me is to fill this gap that it left when it opened, right? Huge gap from yesterday. But then there's buying again, buying again, buying again, buying again. So, you know, it is what it is, but I just wanted to call that out. The futures market took the fight out of the markets and we'll just gap up. So that's all I wanted to say about that. And why don't we just go ahead and get into the recording that I made for today. So we can play that. Oops, that's not it. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm just doing a little commentary here. As expected, I said in the morning stock market outlook a little bit earlier, a few moments ago, don't just go long. Wait for the VIX. Wait for the back test. I put that in the description of that video too. And here we go. See, VIX is going up. How high will VIX go? Well, we're gonna find out, right? We don't know. And so it could be, you know, obviously, as you guys know, the higher VIX goes, the further down the market goes in the inverse. So we don't know how shallow of a pullback this is going to be. We're going to find out, So I'm just going to sit on my hands and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for one of them to win. One of them is going to win ultimately, depending on who wins the back test. Okay? That's really what it boils down to. As of right now, I don't know. So I will check back in a little bit later as we get more definitive direction on who's going to win this tug of war this morning. Okay, so far on the TQQQ 5-minute chart right here, looks like it wants to bounce off of, not even really touch the 5-minute EMA 50 line, red line. So, and I'm seeing VIX gap down. Interesting. Okay. So I'm still going to wait though. There's a possibility that it's going to bounce off this 5-minute right here. I'm going to wait for the next candle. See? Yeah, we got to wait. You got to wait because I'm seeing wicks. See that? Even though it's green, I'm seeing a wick means there's still selling pressure. What I think is a possibility is it could let's see here. I don't usually draw a lot of lines on here. Possibility of forming a wedge. I won't even do it. It's kind of clunky. I don't usually draw lines. But I think the wedge I think it could fail the EMA 50, but only drop down to, say, 23 even, or somewhere between 2280 and 23 even. And it could be forming a wedge, like this. So that later on in the morning, it's going to pop. Forming a wedge allows it to buy time, consolidate, tire out the VIX, tire out the sellers. That's what they're doing. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll check back in. We need to kind of let this play out a little bit more. Okay, so this is an interesting tug of war we have going on here. So right here you have TQQQ, big green candle, right? So far, successful back test over the EMA 50 line, right? That makes sense. However, look over to the left. Look at the VIX. VIX not only created a gap down right here, but is also still above its EMA 50 line, and it's wicking, showing some wicks up, especially this wick right here. This is a big wick. So we'll see. I'll be more comfortable going long once I see the VIX drop below its EMA 50 line. Okay, it's tempting to jump in right now, but what if the VIX successfully kisses this its EMA 50 line and doesn't fall below it? Now you know what I'm saying? Then its back test is successful and it can respond accordingly to the markets. Now the markets are in trouble. So I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I see a candle close through, right, straddle its EMA 50 line. I want to see it close like that, right? Then I'll be confident with going long. But until then, I'm gonna wait because although I see TQQQ's candle, it is going up, but it's not just thrusting up. See what I mean? It's not just boom, boom going up, and VIX is not just falling, crashing down. So I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait at least another, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes probably. So we'll check back in. Okay, so See what I mean? VIX kissed its EMA 50 and is bouncing off of it, successfully backtesting it. Ah, see? Okay, so, and correspondingly, TQQQ, it looked like initially it bounced up successfully, but it's now failing. We'll see. Well, it's now backtesting. I don't want to say failing, but VIX is successfully backtesting, and TQQQ is in the process of backtesting. So, earlier what I said, thinking we're gonna be we're there, it's forming a wedge. So is VIX. It's gonna be a wedge showdown. That's what it's gonna do. So we won't have an answer until oh boy. It's tough for me to guess exactly, but not for another, I'm gonna guess 45 minutes to an hour. That's when we will have an answer. It's forming a wedge on both of them, and we'll have to see who's going to win this one out. So we'll check back in. Just doing another, just doing another check-in, and I want to show you guys notable on the VIX. Okay, so the 5-minute, see, it's forming a wedge as well. It's still above the EMA 50. Look at the 30-minute. 30-minute is over the zero line, right? You know, it's over the zero line. It's slightly trending up. RSI is right kind of in the middle, but going edging up. 65-minute. It is below the EMA 50, but that is because of a back test that I think it's potentially trying to build energy for. So you look at the MACD is below the zero line, but is edging up. Look at the RSI, edging up towards the green, the 70 line. So it could go either way, guys. It really could. You know, I think, okay, so it came up this morning, last night, and all extended hours in pre-market, it's been back testing. I think it's trying to build the energy to boom, to go all, blast through it. So what we have right now is a stare down, literally between VIX and the markets. See that? It is a stare down. Both are wedging. One of them's going to win, and we're going to find out. So stay tuned. Okay, we have some more development as far as movement. Okay, originally earlier it did look like a successful back test. However, I warned that I don't see VIX failing though, so I'm gonna wait. And if you waited, currently it is now kissing the TQQQ 5-minute chart is now kissing the EMA 50 line. We are getting closer to conclusion, guys. What's going to happen? Okay, we are getting closer to conclusion. The wedge is clearly forming now. The wedge on the VIX is also forming. I see the MACD fading. See, here we go. It's fading right now. It's fading. The MACD on TQQQ is fading on the 5-minute. See that? Uh-oh. Here we go. So let's I'm gonna wait a little bit more. We need this candle to conclude, and where does it close? Yeah, VIX. See, look at the VIX. See that? Still above its EMA 50 on the 5-minute. RSI is up. MACD curling up. 30 minutes charts. It is here. Let me make sure. Oh, let's go that refresh. Make sure. Sometimes it's get a refresh issue going on there. Okay, see, firmly over the EMA 50. Ooh, as I'm talking, look at that. Look at that. Look at the candle. But I'm still gonna wait. You still got another 4 minutes for this candle to close. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Okay, but anyways, back to this. Look at all the candles are above the EMA 50 on the 30 minute. And on top of that, the 30 minute, the EMA 50 line is curling up. RSI going up on the 30 minute. On VIX, that shows strength, not weakness. 65 minute. Okay, RSI going up. See that? At MACD still under zero, but clearly uptrend. And look at that. Earlier showed you the back test, and now look. I think this, see that? It's getting worse for TQQQ. I might look to get in some puts. Just get in a little bit. I think VIX is going to pop on the markets on a day when the markets opened up bigly. Remember that? That opening was up big. Yeah, see, that's why I said in the morning session, don't just blindly go long. Wait for the back test. And right now, the back test is failing. Okay? So I might give me a couple puts, and then I'll check back in. I'm not going to go all in on puts. Puts on TQQQ, I mean. Okay, I shall return. Okay, guys, we are approaching a decision point soon. TQQQ is currently being wedged in between the EMA 50, SMA 20. The SMA 20 has been serving as resistance. The EMA 50 has been serving as support. Who is going to win this one? Okay, we'll see. So far, VIX has been trending above the SMA 20 and obviously above the EMA 50 on the 5-minute. So one wants to surge. Look at the MACD on the 5-minute. It's below zero for TQQQ. That is above zero, but starting to trend down. Looks like the RSI on TQQQ is wants to go up. VIX RSI is heading downward. So it's going to come to a head soon. It's going to make a big move one way or another. I wish I could tell you which way it's going to go. See that? It did fail right here. This EMA 50 line, TQQQ did. So it did fail. That is at least a red warning. Warning. See, VIX is still wicking up above the SMA 20. See that? It's still holding up there. There's a wick right now on this green candle. See what I mean? I, I'm thinking VIX is going to win this one. I'm going to give it like a 65-35 chance. So we'll see. I'll tune back in. Just wanted to give everyone an update. Okay, looks like the fortunes may have been reversed. For the first time today, VIX has failed its 5-minute EMA 50 line, and it looks like markets, TQQQ, is making the big push above both EMA 50 and SMA 20, and right now TQQQ is backtesting the SMA 20. If that is successful, it's going to be off to the races, guys, for TQQQ. So far, it looks to be successful so far. Oh, we got another couple minutes left for this candle to close. And I think if it closes above the SMA 20, that's a go for calls, TQQQ. Okay? Well, we are still in a holding pattern. It is 11:19 a.m. and half the day is gone. 12:19 Central Time, PM, Eastern Time, sorry. Nothing doing. We're just in a holding pattern. See that? We just got a wedge going on, and right now, whew, it's tough to say. I don't want to make a prediction just yet. It's tough to say. Um, 65, 30 minute, 65 minute on TQQQ, still well above zero, just kind of flattening out. Um, 5 minute is holding serve above the SMA 20. Over on the VIX, it temporarily lost the EMA 50, but has since regained it, and now is going up above the SMA 20. So yeah, we're in a holding pattern. I will say, um, on the here, let me skip over to the 30 minute on the VIX. Let me make sure that's up to date since I don't look at this tab often. Yeah, so as you see here, the the bars on the 30 minute are holding above the EMA 50, right? For the VIX. That's positive. That's a positive sign. That's not a bad sign. And just gonna switch this out, refresh this. So what the VIX is gonna try to do is try to make a claim towards on the 65 minute on the EMA 50 line right there. Yeah, I think that's what it's going to try to do. And the markets are going to try to lay a counterclaim to that and want to go higher. So that's all I can say right now. Hang tight. Just wait for the pattern to keep going. Slow sideways chop day. Little volatility today. So the time is 12:14 Central Time, 1:14 Eastern Time. Still nothing, no commitment. Um, it looks like VIX is trying to go up, and it looks like the markets are possibly losing support, possibly. But I've seen these head fakes before, so I think we need to keep letting this play out until we see a big drop, like boom, a clear big drop, not a slow grind down like this. I've seen it pop the other way suddenly. So, here we go. Hold on. So, yeah. No, here's where I think the VIX is going on the 65-minute time frame here. Oh, did I just see it pop? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Watch out, boys and girls. Yeah, we have. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, see, 65. I was going to the 65-minute a moment ago. It kissed it, but it's getting some selling once it kisses it. So it's been unable to clear the 65 EMA. Oh, hold on. This could be a head fake though, so we need to just hold on a minute. Just hold on a minute. Yeah, I've see that is trying to eclipse it, but just because you eclipse it, just like you did earlier here, that doesn't mean anything. You have to start clearing. What is this? 2384. 2384. Yeah, see, let me draw that line. This is it. 2384. Think so.
Yeah, that's the line on the 65-minute right there that I just drew on the 5-minute. That's the line. Just now, a few moments ago, it crossed over. But it could be, see, but now you see a wick. Now you're seeing a wick back down. So that's what I mean. And you're seeing this wick up, right? You're not seeing big red candles down. So we just have to see. Let's just keep monitoring. I don't know how long this is going to go for because it's been doing this all day. So I'll tune back in if we get some major development. Okay, we have confirmation. It is VIX. It's going VIX. Go short. Gotta go short. Yeah, there's the big move. All right, here we go. Wow, so yeah, if you're watching, uh, VIX is having its vengeance right now. On the 5-minute chart on TQQQ, look at those. Look at those big red candles and the big long wicks on the top. That's huge selling pressure right now. So, um, so I got in some puts right up here when I saw the first big red bar. I was like, oh, that's conclusive. And um, what I actually did was I got it up there, made a quick 24% gain, sold that, and now I'm rebuying in. So the idea behind that is like, well, okay, so I just added 24% to my initial um, amount, and then I'll start gaining money on the larger amount. You see what I'm saying? Because it's it's lost significant momentum. The TQQQ has. Look at the 30-minute chart now. It's clearly separated, right? Everything's pointed down. Everything's pointed down. Everything's pointed down. Clearly separated, heading towards the zero line. And now this guy on the 65-minute here on the MACD has it's crossed over. I'll confirm that. Yes, it is lower. The MACD is 0.35 compared to 0.37. It has crossed down beneath the signal line. Okay, so I think we are at the beginning stages of the a larger pullback. I think we are. Yeah, get the screens back in order here. So yeah, let the selling begin, guys. We're gonna see how long this is gonna go for. Um, wow. Yep, I'm just sitting back here and watching. So we'll tune in a little bit later. Yeah, just checking in. 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. So I want to comment on this that TQQQ is trying to do right now. It's failing. I think it's going to fail the back test. I think. Well, we'll find out. But so it came down, and now it's trying to come up, right? But there's a lot of wicks here and here, really trying to push it down. So let's just see if this, you know, back test is going to be successful or if it's just going to end up going even lower. So because of these wicks that are present like this, that does suggest it's going to go lower. But let's just let the pattern play out, and I'll check back in. Okay, the time is now basically 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, the final hour of trading once again. And it looks like markets have regained control from VIX. Here we go. Initially, it got rejected off of this red line here is actually from the 30-minute, 2276. It got rejected, came down, but pushed above it, and then it successfully back tested against it up here and is now heading its way en route to trying to reclaim the infamous 5-minute EMA 50 line right now as we speak. So let's see what happens. I have a suspicion it's going to reclaim it.
going to reclaim it. That today's action, here, let me zoom out. So this was opening bell. It was just consolidating down, and then VIX tried to push it down further, only to basically hasten the consolidation process. And I suspect it's going to reclaim the EMA 50 that it lost earlier when it came down swiftly. We shall see, though. VIX is being, well, it's wicking right now. We'll have to see about that. So stay tuned. The fact that VIX closed a 5 minute candle straddling through its EMA 50, that's as I've been previously discussing, that's a bad sign. See, so right now it's look at TQQQ. It's building a green candle straddling the EMA 50 line. So it's gonna overtake it, guys. The EMA 5 minute EMA 50 once again is telling. Okay, okay, guys. 30 minutes until close. 2:24 p.m. Central Time, 3:24 Eastern. Now, what we have is an official trend reversal. This, what you're seeing right now, building out on the 5 minute chart, uh, right here. Now let me get my cursor out of the way so you can see it. Is a candle body closed above the EMA 50. Basically, it ultimately in the end failed the EMA 50 all day. TQQQ did, resulting in this waterfall. Earlier in the day, I made a comment that I said, I used the words, that's a red flag. The fact that this candle right there straddled the EMA 50. Yeah, I said, that's a red flag. I used those words, and it proved to later be true. Much later, though, okay, that was 11:05 a.m., and it finally fell at 1:10 p.m. We'll just call it 2 hours. 2 hours later, it proved to be true, okay? But it started giving more red flags here and here. Okay, but the first red flag was already 2 hours earlier. Okay, so yeah, going with your intuition here, I was like, yeah, that this doesn't look good. Oh, what's up with that? Later on, it would collapse. Now, so I think the rally is on. The rally continues. Okay, because today was basically the whole day was a big back test. The whole day was a big back test. Came down, failed the EMA 50, came down, came back up, and reclaimed it. So far, as I'm talking in real time, it is reclaiming it right now. Okay? So there you have it. I mean, unless something radically changes, the rally continues, guys. It's just today was a backtest day. I think tomorrow is going to continue up. Okay? I think that's the key takeaway from today. So, yeah, very, very interesting. I also want to call out on the 30-minute chart here. Yeah, 30-minute chart, TQQQ. See, look at these big wicks. Okay, see, here's the collapse. Big wick pushing up, big wick pushing up, big wick pushing up, wick pushing up. So there's a lot of buying pressure still there, right? It's just undeniable. Okay, that's also important that I also look at um, on the 30-minute and the 65-minute time frames. What kind of wick sizes are we talking about? We compare that to VIX. Let's see here. So VIX got pushed. Well, okay, here we go. Jeez. So hold on, hold on a second, and let me realign. Okay, here we go. That's much better, much better. So yeah, so I mean, VIX is big wick. There's a wick, big body candle. There's a wick, big body candle. But you also see uh, a little a little bit of buying pushing it up right here too. So it's let's just see how this plays out. VIX is basically saying on the 30-minute chart, oh, it's not over yet. I haven't lost the EMA 50 line either, right? So that also is true. Okay. However, all right, let's see. 30, refresh that to 65. Okay. On the 65, it's bouncing off the EMA 50. There's the wick, successful. So VIX is not necessarily out of play either, guys. Okay, so let's not count it out. Well, you can never count out VIX. But see on the 5 minute, it's going below. It failed the EMA 50, but I think it's going to try to muster some energy to come back up and reclaim it. It's going to try. It's not that far away. It's not far away. It's not over. So proceed with caution, markets. That is my advice. Never take your eye off VIX.
Okay, and that's all I've got for you guys today. If you'd like, you can follow me on Twitter. And also, if that is something of interest, please give it a like, share, subscribe, or notify when I post a new video. And with that, I leave you guys for today. Agent 00 Woe signing off.